Hello, welcome back to Oliver's Greenhouse. Now I've got a sore throat today, so I'm going to sound a bit weird. I've been pretty ill over the last week, which is why there's been no videos up. Just haven't really felt up to it. I feel pretty damn bad. So anyway, I've managed to sort of like peel my way into the greenhouse through the bubble wrapping this morning. Sorry, swallowing's an absolute agony at the moment. And I'm in the side. I had to actually do some repair work to the greenhouse last night. I had a few friends over last night, or a couple over for a few drinks last night, one of which, you know who you are, Steve, got very drunk and decided to have a fairly good go at putting their head through the side of the greenhouse last night. So got some damage to one of the polycarbonate sheets, but I've managed to sort of bend it back into place and put the clips in there. So I think it's going to survive, and hopefully so will Steve. So anyway, sorry, swallowing is awful. So I thought what we do is have a little look at the Cephalotus and see how they've been getting along since we used whatever it is, fungus fighter, this stuff. So like I said, I'd never used this product before. I don't know if any other people had used this product before. I had people talking about it online. We gave it a go, and to be honest, I'm pretty pleased with what's happened so far. So I'll pick you guys up. Hopefully it won't be too much backlighting. We'll be able to come down and have a look and see what the progress is. Right, so the first 5 pots which are in front of you here, these were the Cephalotus Hummers Giant, and these were leaf pullings given to me by Mark Anderson, and they did really, really well, but they started to get some of the horrible mildew on them. We sprayed them, sorry, swallowing, and it seems to have had no adverse effects on the plants at all, actually. In fact, I've seen a marked increase in growth, probably as a result of the changing climate, bringing them back into the greenhouse. And they're still only babies, but yeah, I've done much better. It doesn't seem to have had any negative effects spraying the Bravado fungus fighter, whatever it's called, on it. And yeah, full recovery, so that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. There's literally no signs of, I'll pick another one up here as well. There's no signs of the actual dreaded white mildew on any of the plants. They seem to look, this is one of these ones I repotted as well because they were in smaller pots than this, and that's probably will account for the burst in growth, because obviously there's some new nutrients and fresh growing media, so they've gone, woo, thanks very much, and goodbye fungus. So that's really, really good. Over the back, because this was the sort of control, having these two over here. So I sprayed those two there in the middle. These ones here were the control, and I did not spray these two from what I can remember, and seemingly there doesn't appear to be any fungus on them either. I've pulled some of the dead pictures off this morning, the ones that were sort of left over. They sort of go brown and manky like this, and just clip them off with your fingers and get rid of them. And there's no obvious signs of the fungus on any of the surfaces of the leaves or the pitchers. There's a few little white specks and stuff on some of the dead leaves and dead pitchers, but I've seen that in the past before. But you know, it doesn't seem to be growing on the surface of the actual leaves anymore, so that's fantastic. But I'm pretty damn sure, I should have labelled them really, that these were the two that I didn't spray. I just sort of stuck them there. As for the bigger plants, we can scroll across. Here they are directly in front of you, centre a shot. So these were my two biggest plants, and these were really, really badly affected. And thankfully, they seem to have recovered very nicely, because I've got no more fungus on any of the plants, any of the pitchers, apart from this one. I hope you can see in front of me just here, this one here. It's got some of the dreaded fungus on it, so just nip him straight off and get rid of him. It could be because it's old, but none of the new growth seems to have anything on it, which is really, really good. Show me a look, that guy there's okay. So yeah, good news. Might be a little touch here as well, just by my thumb, hopefully you can see that. Just pull that off as well. So yeah, but the rest of the plant seems to be clear, which is fantastic news, because I really didn't want to lose any of my lovely plants. The other one, this is the one we did lots of pruning on to get all the dead I'll zoom you out a little bit so we can actually have a look at this on a non-molecular level. Here we go. So yeah, this was one that was really, really badly affected, and it was basically, it looked awful. It looked like it was going to die. There's still quite a lot of brown, dead leaves and stuff on it that need pinging off. There's also some suckers coming up down here, but once again, there's no sign of the fungus on it at all. It would appear that the ultimate fungus fighter has completely wiped it out. Really, really good news. Same with the little plants that I place over the back here near the windows. These were just tiny, tiny little leaf pullings as well. There's an old dead picture there, but they seem to be a nice colour and clear of the dreaded fungus. So yeah, winner winner, chicken dinner, can't go wrong for that. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. That's the update for the Cephalotus. I'm just going to show you one more thing before we close this video out. Okay, so first time bloomer for me. It's the first, well, it actually is a terrestrial, it's not epiphytic, but it's a Utricularia, which I'd not managed to bloom before. It's got a socking grate. Dead leaf on there, we'll have him off. There we go. And this is Utricularia reniformis. Sorry, there's unusual seeds that appeared all over the bottom of it. I wonder where they come from. So anyway, yeah, Utricularia reniformis. What a stunning flower. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this, and it's going to focus on the bloom and not just my face. It's got these very, very pretty purple blooms with these sort of like yellow eyes. Really, really stunning. And it's got a few more flowers to come yet. There's a bud developing there, but this is the length of the flower spike. It's got to be almost a metre long. It's fantastic. And this is one of those orchids which becomes so compacted in the actual pot that it's growing. It's actually deformed the shape of the pot. It's just full of tubers. I don't want to squeeze it too hard, but I can feel all the underground tubers in there. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it always grows loads of traps out the bottom of the plant. So yeah, a very, very pretty bloom. Not one I've managed before. No discernible scent. So yeah, I'll put some pictures of this up on my Instagram.